Marriage is necessary, but marriage is not an emergency. The only emergency we have is God's kingdom. And when you align your life in accordance and in alignment with God's kingdom, it will bring you things beyond your wildest imagination. God will give you your own man, if it is His will, in how your purpose should be lived out. My name is Nkechi Imanolade Sage-Nell. +2340808777675 is how to reach out to us on WhatsApp, www.W.O.N.D.I.V.A.com. Thank you so much for listening. It is a beautiful day in Nigeria. I thank God for your life. I thank God for our lives. But I cannot shake the facts of what is going on in other countries where we have our dear sisters actually located, and we're praying along with you. I'm talking about our sisters in Ukraine, and at the time of this recording, the current pretty much war happening in Ukraine. If you're listening to this podcast, you do not live in Ukraine and you're not aware of it, please pray along. Please pray along for our sisters. Please do. Like I will also be doing as well. So please, let's do that. And in addition to prayers, let us also make sure that we are daily sowing seed that is not just contributing peace to the world, but is also contributing a foundation for wise living. Because whether you like it or not, everything that we say, do, that we contribute in one way or the other, every day we wake up, we stretch and we start our day, has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect. If somebody thinks a certain way as a result of wrong parenting, and the person then goes on to go and the person then goes on to become maybe this person, I don't want to use the word that I actually want to use, is quite harsh, but let this person goes on to become a person with a wrong mindset, and then goes on to influence other people around him or her with wrong mindset, and then we have this ripple effect. But you see, the part that people do not like to talk about is the fact that it actually comes from a place. There's always at the beginning. There's always a beginning for the kind of behaviors that we actually see in the world. And on the Nell show, I talk a whole lot about parenting, because it cannot be over exaggerated. When a lot of the people that we see in the world, that we can talk about their biographies, I don't want to call names, particularly in this podcast. Perhaps in a face-to-face meeting is something I would be able to do. I should actually be able to do. I don't want to call names, but we have a lot of these people who grew up to be word terrors. They had foundational problems from parenting. I watch a lot of crimes and investigation because I enjoy watching crimes and investigation. It teaches me, I learn firsthand about how the human mind thinks, especially criminals and so on and so forth. And a lot of the criminals, anytime they go back to do the work of how they grew up, to do an investigation of how they grew up, there's just always something wrong with their parents. It's either the father slapped him when he was 3, or the mother did something. There's just always something. And the ones that grow up to not turn out to be criminals are absolutely exceptional. My name is Nkechi Imanolade Sage-Nell. I'm the privileged lead visionary founder of W.O.N.D.I.V.A Global Community, and you are welcome to our podcast. Wow, what a day. But that was really important. It was important. It really would not sound authentic for all this to be going on, me knowing about it. But I have to put out this podcast because I have to make sure that I am contributing my own seed to knowledge in a way that elevates you from where you are to where you ought to be. Today, in our concluding series on our Love Month, what we've themed the Love Month, not because the whole world is naming it Love Month, but we just decided to take out the opportunity to teach about love and relationship. What is something that is dear to my heart? However, what I always say to women is that love and relationship is nothing of itself. Because if you go back to the beginning, which is at one point, I was a bit reluctant when I got the call to teach. I just felt, first of all, everybody just wanted to talk about love and relationship outside of nothing. Just wanted to talk about love and relationship. So if you talk about love and relationship, what happens? But then, if you go back to the beginning, you will see that the love and relationship that God created in the person of Adam and Eve, and we've taken our time to do this, you can go back to previous messages, was because of his expansion kingdom plan. It's not because he's sweet in the body. And I have to hammer this as we come to this concluding series. This concluding series doesn't mean we're not going to talk about marriage again. No, we'll talk about it at different points through our series in W.O.N.D.I.V.A Global Community. But now, for what we're talking about, at least, and all that we've been teaching in this package and in this series, it's important to know that love and relation doesn't stand outside of itself. Many men and women fail in marriage and relationship because they are because they want to have marriage and relationship outside of itself. They want to have it in a bubble. They want to have it in a bubble. They want to. My fan. I'm trying to do the sound. It's my fan. Anyways, they want to have it in a bubble, and they want to have it independent of the bigger plan, which is God's purpose and God's kingdom. And that is why marriage is not an emergency, because if it's not something that is necessary, if it's not something that is mandatory for your plan, for God's plan and purpose for your life on earth, you don't have to get married. It's not an achievement for you if that's not part of God's plan for you. But what has happened is that because of the emotions involved with love and what people think love is, or the feelings, people are now wanting to get into it independent of the main purpose. And God has called teachers like us to bring you back to the reality of it. The reality is not a sad one, so don't think, bringing you back to the reality of it means, oh my God, wow, it's so sad. But the reality is definitely not what they are showing you on TV, which is what is that is what is selling to a lot of people, and that is what people have as their idea of love and relationship, or emotions, marriage, whatever the case may be. That is not it. It's not boy meets girl, the book falls down, then you hold, and then you now start kissing and start having sex, and then you get tired. Of course you'll get tired. You did not come together for a primary purpose. You did not come together for the original plan of the Creator to expand the earth and the world. So you are going to get tired. You are going to get tired. In fact, check other things in your life. Because many times we just jump into, but check other things in your life. I'm talking about the Creator's plan now, please let me hold that thought. But check other things in your life. When you do something, not because of a purpose, but because everybody's doing it. Say, for instance, now, waking up 5 o'clock. That is the whole curriculum. Don't worry. So we've got all the year for all the teachings. That is the whole curriculum. By the grace of God, that is a whole curriculum on the whole every 5 o'clock thing, waking up 5 o'clock. Okay, what of workers who work from 12 a.m. rather to 6 a.m.? How are they going to start their day? You didn't think that that those people too would need to start their own day. Now, I'm not saying this to debunk anything. I woke up early. As at today, I woke up quite early to get my day started. However, what I have come to realize is that we need to start talking more about people's personal operating system than just dishing out things that everybody must do. Because when you do that, that's why you have a lot of people not knowing how to move through their life decisions and all that, because they are busy thinking about how they want to compete with this person, or how they want to accomplish a certain thing because it is what has been said, rather than having a strong why.